It's that time again. Today I will be revealing my next hardest extreme demon, and that level is going to be Nelv by Sergeyester and more. Now you're probably wondering, aren't you doing Esphira? And I was doing Esphira, and then I realized that I was picking off more than I could chew, and while I did make some decent progress on it, I eventually decided let's do a different level. Fear not, I will be returning to Esphira at some point, but for now I'm doing Nelv as my hardest. I'm going to do this a little differently than I did my next hardest reveal, because I kind of just showed all the progress that I had made on Light It Up, and for some reason the YouTube algorithm completely loved that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the level and explain it the best that I can, because this is it's a very intimidating level, especially for me because this is way out of my comfort zone, but that's why I wanted to do it, to go and push myself, so here we are. Now I will still be showing my best runs, and if you want to see that then just skip to the end of the video, but now I'm just going to take you guys through the level. So you start off with a flashbang, which is always enjoyable, and this first ship, which is pretty easy. You got the first memory cube. This first memory cube is not too bad. It's got a couple clicks that are really wonky, especially that one, but overall pretty simple. Now this wave, I wish I could explain it, but you just gotta learn it. It's not too bad. It gets very consistent, as does pretty much all of this level, except like the last duel. And you got this ball part, which is pretty easy. And you got the second memory cube, which is a little weird. And now you got the drop. This is another part I wish I could explain, but I really just cannot. It's way too complex. If you guys want me to do a deep dive into Nelv, let me know, and I'll definitely consider making a video on that. Kind of like how I did with Adrenaline. But yeah, this part gets very, very consistent. Then you get to this UFO, which you just click at the black portals. It's hard to see, like, in the moment, so you gotta practice it a bit, but like every other part in this level, it gets somewhat consistent. For the most part, that's one of the few parts that isn't consistent at all for me. Then you get to this part, which is one of the harder parts. And you got this spider, which is deceptively hard. Then you got this cube, which isn't that hard. Then you got the wave. This wave is very difficult to learn. You just kind of gotta learn the blue orb timings, and this ball's pretty easy. And this memory cube, you kind of just, it goes well with the music, so it's not too difficult to learn. You got the most fun part of the level, in my opinion. This UFO is so good. Like, this entire level is pretty fun for the most part, but that UFO is super good. And you got this part, which is like ship control. This part is also very inconsistent, like doing the clicks here and then like spamming there. I'm sure there's a better way to do it, but I kind of just spam and hope for the best. And it works a good bit of the time. Then you got the mountain. The mountain is, I like to divide into two sections, because the two parts of the mountain are so like vastly different that it's kind of hard to compare them. So the first half is piss easy. I'm not going to talk about it. And then you got the hard part, and it's only made hard because it's 2.2. You have to hit this black orb early, and then micro click that one so you get enough height off that slope. It's a 2.2 thing. I was considering being this on 2.1, but it's a pretty easy fix. And then you got the duels. The duels are very, very difficult to learn. This one gets kind of consistent. The next one is very inconsistent, and I'll explain why once I get there. Okay, it's being good for me now, but that second to last duel, very, very easy to choke because it's very inconsistent. And then you got this last little straight fly, and this part. And that's Nelv. Took me 15 minutes to explain everything. So yeah, that's Nelv. I know this wasn't super in-depth, but I'll make a more in-depth video if you guys want me to. So let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. Attempt count and progress already. Currently, I am at about 15k attempts, because 11.3 plus 4k. These are all my best runs. And yeah, now I'm just gonna show off my best attempts. Thanks for watching. Tune into Twitch, because I will definitely be streaming this a lot. And yeah, take care. Peace. '30 again, woo. Oh, you twat. Wow.